first we need to create the reactor. So we can use this command npm create with at latest this part, then you can use the other part for your project name. So I will go to this folder and I'll open a terminal. I'm writing npm create with latest. And we'll name the repo as React Workshop. Then we will get like for this we can use template also, but we will go step by step. Today we will use we will create a React app, and we need to now select the variant. It will, like, we can use TypeScript, JavaScript, anything, but today we will use JavaScript, and the project is created. So I will go to the project. Then I'm opening that in the VS Code. So hope you guys are also following me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And we'll open a terminal here. So I'm in that project. In the terminal, we have got the instructions. Then we should install the libraries. We can use npm install. It will take some time. If you got like if you have projects created using Vite already, then it will be very quick. Like, it's very fast when we compare with the Create React app. And then we can run the project using npm run this command. Okay, project is running. We can go to the URL and you can see the React project is up and running. Okay, so I will again go to the design. So this kind of page we should develop, which heading, and we should show some posts in the interface. And when we develop, I will explain the practices and the things we should do, like what we are following at the industry level. So let's go through the code now. First of all, we need few libraries. Like first we need Sass. Sass is a CSS preprocessor, like we heavily use in the industry. It's not the plain CSS, but a preprocessor. Like we can have variables, like functions, likewise. So it's a bit advanced than CSS. We will install that Sass. If you need this, if you are following me, you have to install this Sass, like npm install Sass. Okay, it will also take some time. It's done. And then we need Axios, because we are going to use Axios for API calls. We can use default JavaScript method fetch as well, but Axios is also heavily used in the industry because it's easier to use. It has many benefits than default fetch. We will install that as well. Okay, so we can check the libraries. Here we have Axios and Sass. Then we can go to the main index. Let's remove these unwanted things. We don't need the CSS. We'll delete it. And then we don't need this assets folder. And we don't need this. I think we can remove this everything here. We don't need this as well. Okay, let's write Let's create a basic component in the app. So I hope you understand this basic structure, like not what is not modules, public folder, JSON file, and ESLint and all. So in the main component, we have imported app component, and we are we are getting the ID, the HTML div ID root. So this for this root we will attach these components. We are going to build and connect. We will build those components inside app component. So let's import React first. And then we will use arrow functions because regular like normal regular functions we are not using. Mostly we are using arrow functions when we write functions. And first letter should be capital. Should be arrow function, and it should return something. And I will return h1 for now. Hello world. And then we should export this. It's a default export app. Okay, let's check the terminal. Think it's okay. Check the yep. Let's run this response in. Okay, the application is working. So now we are going to build that interface here. First, let's get the data from that API, public API. So here we need a use effect. Remove these things. We should export that first, import that first, use effect, and we don't need here we will call Axios. It's a get call, and here we will get the response. Sorry, we should have the URL here, and we will call this endpoint. We will use this URL. If you need it, I will send you in the chat. So you can use this URL to get the post. I will use this URL. Okay, then it returns a promise. So we should catch that using .then. And it's a response, and then it should be the bracket here. And then we will get the, okay, before that we need a state. So there because we need to store these pods, right? So we will use state, using use state. Let's say we are going to get post, and then we can use set post to update the post variable. Here we are going to use state, and initially it will be an empty array. Okay, here we need to import use state as well. And if we have the response, We will set it, set post, it should be response dot data. If you use regular like fetch, it we need to convert that to JSON object, but with Axios we don't need to do that. Okay, and then we need to catch the errors if we have any errors. So catch error, we should and we will console log that error for now. It's been some message there. Okay, then we forgot to import Axios. Import it. Axios from Axios. Okay, so our API call is almost finished. Then we will console it for now, so we can see the posts. Okay, format it. All right. Then we can check the, so let me refresh this. So you can see the API call firing when the components mounted or rendered to the DOM. Because of the React strict mode in development, they are like strictly like forcefully firing two API calls. That's because of the strict mode, but this will not happen in production. You can see it when we deploy to production. And if you check the consoles, you can see the post or the data is coming to our component. We can see that in the console. Okay. So hope you guys are also following me. So try to do that. You will get a clear idea about what we are going to do here. So for now, you can see we have used use state to manage the state, and then we have used use effect. This is also a hook, and I told you about lifecycle methods. So this is one lifecycle method we have used here, use effect to call the API call when the components get mounted in the DOM. This is happening only only one time, right? This is not happening like again and again. We will fire the API call on load. So that's the component did mount lifecycle. So to that lifecycle method in functional components, we use effect. The thing is here we have used the dependency array as empty. So this is the way we are going to achieve component did mount lifecycle methods in React functional components. In class components, we have that method component did mount. Here in functional components, we use effect with empty dependency array to achieve this. Like if we pass the use effect with empty dependency array, this will run only once in the application. When the component get mounted, that will run. That's all. For example, if we want like to something, fire this API call on some other variable changes. That means update, right? So there we can pass that variable here as in the dependency array. So that means component did update lifecycle. That's also we use effect, and another lifecycle method is component will now unmount method. That's we should call it like when the component get unmounted or destroyed or deleted from the DOM. So that to achieve that we will use effect, and if we write something in the return method inside use effect, if we run something in the return method, So that's the way we are trying to achieve that component will unmount method, because if we run something in the return method, that will run when the components get deleted from the DOM. So those are the three main scenarios how we are achieving lifecycle methods. So if you are uh, like expecting to participate for interviews, or for especially in React, so this is a very important concept. I think for every 9 out of 10 interviews they will ask this question, like how we achieve life cycle methods in React, especially in functional components. Okay, so I hope you understand the state. We have initially the post as an empty array. Then when we get the data from the API, external API call using Axios, when we have the success response, we are assigning those data, or we are updating this state variable with this data. Sorry. And if there is an error, in case if there is an error, we are trying to catch it, and we will log something in the console so we can see the error. Okay, and you know about the return method, we should return something in this component. Yeah, so we have the post, the images and those data. Then we should build that structure. Here, as I told you, the React is all about components, so we should build every smaller things as component. So therefore we will uh, add a component here called post. Then we will add the files inside this. We should have index file first, and then we should have post JSX file, and then we will have the post source file. So in the post JSX file, let's import React. And let's create the component post from, so it should be a function, and then we will return something for now. Return stage 2. So it have post now. Then we will export it. It's a default export post. Okay. Now we have this post component, and we will export that from here in the index file, because when we have the file URL, when we have the relative paths, we don't need to write post slash post dot jsx. We can just write as post. You will get understand when I'm writing that. From slash post. Okay, format it, and then we will import that from here. Posts. Okay. Okay, it's the app posts. Everything is okay. Then we will have this inside the div. Nice post. Right. Let's check the interface now. We have post and let's have that title as well here. It was in the parent component, and now we have those two components. H1 or this is hello world is coming from the parent component, and we have a child component called post. So there we have a separate folder for post, a separate component. So there we have these small elements for at the moment. So we will add more details now. So basic things are working fine, and then here we have the data in the main component, and then let's remove this console for now, and then we need to pass this post to the child component. So let's use props here. So this is where we use props to pass data from a component to component. We use props. It will be posts, and then we are passing this from app, and we should take it from the post inside post components. That's coming as props, and we will use destructuring here to get the post from props. Or the destruction we will directly extract it for now. Posts. Okay, and here we will check it first whether we have the posts or not. Now we should have the data in the child component. Let's check the console. Yes, we have the data inside the child component. And let's now render those data into HTML elements.